You know, I kind of expected, you know, this company to step up its pace, but it seems like I've been lied to so many times. And the worst part about this company is how much they put so much effort, and then all of a sudden they're going to go back to their old habits of putting out terrible products. And I think it's safe to say that this company is so unwilling to just please the fans because of what they do. And the draft is no exception. It's quite obvious to me that they rather go back to their bad habits of not trying to absolute trash. This sucks. Enough ranting, let's get into the video.
Raw is garbage, it feels like torture, and I cannot watch this show anymore. It feels like a job at this point. First of all, Seth Rollins is the next level cringe. Ooh, I'm gonna say burn it down, and then I'm actually going to burn it down. I'm very smart. This whole burn it down thing never worked. It's just a part of the song. Keep it that way, please. The draft failed miserably again. It was the boring thing I've ever seen. First of all, it was illogical. Carmella got drafted before Samoa Joe. The Miz, typical WWE. The New Day are staying together. Can you please surprise us just a little bit? Just bring back the computer. And the wild card rule didn't end. I mean, people were getting Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt at Crown Jewel, a Raw superstar versus a SmackDown superstar. First of all, the wild card rule is not over yet. And second of all, Bray Wyatt is not winning the match. What is going to happen? And the commentators are stupid as hell. My dudes acted surprised when a champion from Monday Night Raw holding a red Raw championship was drafted to Raw. How?
Dumb.
This is the amount of positivity you're going to see in this video.
Why are you doing this to me?
Welcome everybody to another episode of Greatness of Raw, the WWE Draft Edition. And like I've said, in my opinion, it was just as bad, if not worse, than the one that we got on SmackDown.
Oh,
probably
yes,
worse.
it has.
Yes, probably worse. Oh, you stupid idiot, you're just an AEW fanboy. It's almost as if we didn't have a problem with the WWE way before AEW. Come on, dude. Like, AEW right now is having better shows. Raw and SmackDown especially are just next level garbage. This week's broadcast opens up with a video package looking at the feud between Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins. Remember that? Remember how much you loved it? Yes, we're hyping up Raw with this video right here. You loved it. Becky Lynch kicks off the show, and she gets on the microphone saying that Sasha Banks can't be here tonight because of the beating that she gave to her. Well, there's someone else, Charlotte Flair. She comes out to interrupt and says she doesn't want to fight Becky anymore. She just wants to be her friend. We got a cheap shot, referees broke it up, and of course then we got the match. First of all, dude, we're gonna talk about the draft in a second, but this promo, this segment, just horrible, just trash. I can't stand watching Becky Lynch anymore. Like, first of all, when she starts talking about this whole I'm the man stuff, I just feel embarrassed for her. And then I have to watch her with Charlotte Flair, the rivalry that I've seen so many times, the matches, the segments, I'm just
And the two of them together, extra cringeworthy.
over it. I was over it a year ago, honestly. The match was fine, I guess. Like, who honestly cares? I know I'm saying that a lot in my videos, especially on Raw. But that's the way it is. Like, I'm seeing the same crap every single week, people. We got a roll up from behind for the 3 count. Becky Lynch won the match, and Raw got the first pick in the draft. But of course, before that, we gotta burn it down with Seth Rollins, people. We got a backstage interview, and he's gonna find Bray Wyatt, and that's my favorite line in wrestling of all time. I'm gonna go. Are you ready for
Nothing new,
this?
really.
If you haven't watched Raw, I'm gonna hit you with the best wrestling line of all. Our game day go-to, Jameson Ginger Seth Rollins said, he said, I'm gonna go fiend hunting. Stephanie McMahon comes out to the stage and we got the draft. Drafted to Monday Night Raw, Seth Rollins. Just how uncool this guy really is. Great in the ring, I kinda like him, but burn it down and Seth freaking Rollins. And these pants, remember the pants? Anyway, he's drafted to Monday Night Raw and the commentators were shocked people when a Raw champion was drafted to Monday Night Raw. The commentators went nuts. They couldn't believe what they just saw. A Raw champion on Raw. And I was shocked as well. A SmackDown champion was drafted to SmackDown. Brock Lesnar, of course. Raw picks Charlotte Flair. Yes, people, we are seeing Becky versus Charlotte again in 2020.
And it's gonna get boring even more.
Wow. This is not over yet. This is not over yet. SmackDown picks the New Day, so these are staying together. Unfortunately, no surprises. Not a single surprise in this draft, like a real big surprise. Like I've said, I'm so disappointed. I didn't expect anything, but I'm still disappointed. And the final pick of round 1, Raw picks Andrade and Zelina Vega, which was, kind of surprising because
not only that the draft sucked, the crowd sucked as well.
Big stars, kind of weird, yet made him look like a bigger star. So Andrade is on Raw, and of course we already know that Aleister is going to be on Raw because Charlotte, Aleister, Zelina, and Charlotte dating, and you get the deal. We got Andrade versus Ali, which was a pretty decent match, pretty marquee in my opinion. Andrade versus Ali, similar wrestlers. That was pretty fun. Andrade hits the hammerlock DDT on Ali for the 3 count and wins the match. Stephanie comes out to the stage for round 2, and Raw picks the Kabuki Warriors, the women's tag team champions. A great decision and something that I suggested as well. Raw is 3 hours long. Of course, you gotta put these championships on Monday Night Raw. SmackDown is way too short, and it already has 4 championships. Like, come on, dude. SmackDown picks Daniel Bryan. Stephanie is stupid. She was like, SmackDown is about to get more eco-friendly with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was on SmackDown ever since the first draft or whatever. Like, he was always on SmackDown. He was even the general manager of SmackDown. What are you talking about, Stephanie? Raw picks Rusev, SmackDown picks Bayley, and for the final pick, Raw picks Aleister Black. Again, a good decision because the Universal Championship is on Raw. Lesnar is the WWE Champion. No one is going to win the championship against Brock Lesnar unless your name is Cain Velasquez, our favorite wrestler in the WWE. Then we got the Viking Raiders versus Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler for the Raw Tag Team Championships. That was a pretty long match and wasn't bad, but I've seen it already last week, so I was not really into it that much. If I'm being honest, we got the Viking experience on Dolph Ziggler, and we got the new Tag Team Champions. The only reason is because, I thought at least that either Ziggler or Robert Roode are going to be drafted to SmackDown, to different brands. But that's not exactly what happened. Anyway, let's move on. Stephanie is back, and Raw picks Cedric Alexander. SmackDown picks Shinsuke Nakamura. How ridiculous is that? Round 3 or whatever, and you only then pick the Intercontinental Champion.
Dear God, today is gone.
Isn't that just a little bit weird? Raw picks Humberto Carrillo before The Miz, before Samoa Joe, before so many talented wrestlers. I'm not saying Humberto is not talented, I'm just saying that he's not a big star. SmackDown picks Ali, and Raw picks Eric Rowan. We got Aleister Black versus Eric Young. That's the way to book the show. Something I really care about. Who's gonna win the match? Yeah, Young taps out, Aleister Black wins the match. In the 4th round, Stephanie reveals that Raw has picked Buddy Murphy. SmackDown picks Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. So they are still a tag team, but they are going to be on SmackDown. What's the point exactly? I don't know. I don't see anything for them as of right now. Raw picks Jinder Mahal. People, Jinder Mahal was picked before Samoa Joe and The Miz. Can you actually believe that? Jinder Mahal. And I want the guy to get a push. I think he has potential. I'm just saying that These people, these TV executives or whatever, are either not watching the WWE or the last time they watched was like 2017. It made no sense whatsoever. Anyway, SmackDown picks Carmella and Raw picks R-Truth, the 24/7 champion, so Carmella and R-Truth are no more. You can already see this draft is hella disappointing. The Street Profits are shown backstage cutting a cringy promo, but they attacked by the OC.
I'm so sick of those.
Thankfully. We got Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. They're still not giving Shelton Benjamin a proper theme song. Anyway, we got the match. At least Shelton is being used, I guess. If you're going to give us so many random matches, why wouldn't you just bring back the computer, have a Raw superstar versus a SmackDown superstar, the winner gets free draft picks, the computer picks randomly, so exciting, so unpredictable. No, we're just gonna have to watch these fake-ass people pretending to care. Like, why? Anyway, Ricochet won the match with his code breaker or whatever it's called. We got this video segment.
Ricochet, aka Butthole Boy. I say Butthole Boy because he was seen on the internet fingering his own butthole. Nasty and trifling.
Of Lana getting a massage, and then Bobby Lashley is doing a massage. We got a lot of references like, do you like it harder? And go deeper. She flips over and Lashley.
Okay, that part I missed. I did not see. Go harder or go deeper. That sounds like some sexual action going on. And for them to do something like this while still in the PG era, oh yeah. Sooner or later they're going to end up going back to TV-14. I can already smell it in the air.
Continue. Jerry Lawler is in the ring, and basically we got a Tyson Fury and Braun Strowman segment. I think it was a contract signing. Yeah, dude, that's something I want to see. Yep.
Ed, try not to.
We're actually getting the match at Crown Jewel. Anyway, Braun Strowman
This match, I don't care. Skip.
got angry and he broke the table because you see people, he's a tough dude, I'm Braun Strowman, I break things when I get mad. Yeah, whatever. And this guy right here broke a pencil. A pen or whatever. Okay. Do any of you actually care about the match? I'm pretty sure only like 10% of you watching care about this match.
Not really.
Just a little bit. Stephanie is back and Raw picks Samoa Joe, SmackDown picks The Miz, Raw picks Akira Tozawa, SmackDown picks King Corbin, and Raw chooses Shelton Benjamin. This right here did not make any sense. It felt like a second or third round draft. It made no sense whatsoever. Like, these are some of the biggest WWE superstars. We got Buddy Murphy versus Cedric Alexander in a pretty good match. Surprisingly, Buddy Murphy won the match. And we got the final picks for the draft. Raw selects Rey Mysterio, SmackDown chooses Shorty Gable, Raw picks Titus O'Neil, SmackDown picks Elias, and the final pick for Raw is Liv Morgan. What a disappointing draft. Like, that was lazy. Like, Superstar Shakeup is the laziest way.
I wouldn't call it lazy. I'll call it a biggest slap in the face.
You gotta do something like this,
or like the biggest F you to us.
You gotta have someone basically picking, choosing, whatever. And that was the laziest way to do it. Then we got in the main event, by the way, the Kabuki Warriors versus Natalya and Lacey Evans, because these two are a team right now. Again, one is from Raw, one is from SmackDown. Anyway, okay. We got the match. Who honestly cares? Again, really? That's... I waited for this.
Am I hearing this correctly? Hold on.
A disappointing draft. Like, that was lazy. Like, Superstar Shakeup is the laziest way, but if you call it a draft, you gotta do something like this, you gotta make it into a draft. You gotta have someone basically picking, choosing, whatever. And that was the laziest way to do it. Then we got in the main event, by the way, the Kabuki Warriors versus Natalya and Lacey Evans, because these two are a team right now. Again, one is from Raw, one is from SmackDown. Anyway, okay. We got the match. Who honestly cares? Again, really? That's... I waited for this. I've been watching this 3-hour show for this. Anyway, Asuka and Kairi Sane win the match after we got a women's riot, but Asuka runs in and rolls up Lacey from behind for the free count. So they won the match, and it's time for a new episode of Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse.
So
He was talking about Seth Rollins. Then Seth Rollins runs in out of nowhere and attacks Bray Wyatt, which is honestly a pretty decent moment, I guess. I just don't want to see this rivalry anymore. One is from Raw, one is from SmackDown.
And Cracker Barrel cheese.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, burn it down in the camera. That was embarrassing, people. That was really tough to watch. And then he burns it down. Yeah. By the way, Bray Wyatt was, kind of crying. He didn't want to fight. And that's the way it ends, with a lot of fire, because he burned it down. I'm Seth Rollins, I'm gonna burn it down. I mean, definitely not a bad moment. It was actually quite decent, but Seth Rollins is acting weird. I don't really like that. I would give this edition of Raw 4.5 out of 10. I mean, at the end of the day, we still got some cool wrestling, but the show itself was just trash. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have high expectations, and even those expectations were destroyed. But let me know what you thought about this edition of Raw. Maybe I'm just being too negative. But thank you for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. That's about it. Thank you for watching. Great one. Peace, love, and hugs.
Alright. My issue with this whole draft is the beginning of the show. The segment. I thought it was stupid. Only thing I liked was the pyro of the opening. That was it. Everything else was just complete garbage. And then we get to the draft. Garbage draft. Just like Friday Night SmackDown's draft. And then a lot of people were shocked and acting like Seth Rollins got drafted to Raw now that he is the Universal Champion. Like, for real, dude? Is Seth Rollins still the Universal Champion or not? I don't know. So, the New Day, aka the Fruit Day, I don't care about the group. I wish they were broken up. They're not funny. They're childish. They act fruity. I don't like the group at all. So whatever. Bite me. Fight me. Fight me. I don't care. So at the end of the day, this draft and this episode was a huge slap in the face to me, because I expected better from them, but it just seems like it's gotten a whole lot worse, because I feel like since the premiere of Raw, they're going back to their old habits of making 3-hour show pointless, and it's just sad to see that they're unwilling to stay true to the source, keeping things new and fresh, but they would rather go back to their PG nonsense. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Although I do like some of the stuff that happened during premiere, like the Bobby Lashley and Lana love triangle storyline. It's been like this for 2 weeks since they had it. Them in the hotel room. Now they're in a massage room. I'm like, good Lord. So everything else, I was completely turned off about it. So yeah, like I said, I think for me, since I'm doing this reaction, I'm gonna give this draft episode of Raw a 2 out of 5, because everything about this episode was boring. 3 hours too long. The crowd was dead, and it wasn't enough action that can convince me to want to love the WWE, especially Raw. I don't know. But I think at some point I'm just gonna have to stick to AEW because at least they're doing something great with with the product, you know. And you would literally think that they would step their game up and being forced to change how they were. They chose not to change. And that's the sad part. AEW is already doing their thing. They're already giving fans what they want. They don't even let the wrestlers go out and be themselves, be who they want to be, write their storylines, come up with great ideas. But in terms of, wrestling wise and the storylines that the WWE does, it's a mixed bag. So, y'all might not like it, but that's the truth. So, I just hope and pray that SmackDown can get better at this. I'm hoping and praying that they do. So, and if y'all enjoy my reaction to this video, shout outs to the great one. If you're watching this, man, I'm just reacting to your video. I understand how you feel. The draft sucked. The product sucked. All we can do is hope for the better. If y'all enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram and Bust. And don't forget to follow my sister Nakia at Officially Charmed. Don't forget to follow her as well. Until then, it's your man's DHR2. Peace out.